Every morning started the same way on Jack's ranch. His loyal dog Buddy followed him everywhere. The ranch was peaceful and quiet. Jack believed nothing could disturb their way of life. Buddy wasn't just a dog. He was family. For years, he had protected the ranch. Jack trusted him more than most people. Across town, the HOA president had different plans. She wanted more control over nearby properties, even properties outside her authority, and Jack's ranch caught her attention. She convinced herself the ranch was a problem. The fences looked old. The animals looked out of place. She decided something had to change. Without permission, she headed toward the ranch. She ignored property boundaries. She ignored common sense. She believed nobody would stop her. A large sign clearly warned visitors. Private property. No trespassing. The message couldn't have been clearer. She saw the warning sign, but she didn't care. In her mind, rules only applied to others. She continued onto the property. Buddy immediately noticed a stranger. The dog became cautious. Something felt wrong. His instincts told him to stay alert. The woman moved deeper into the property. She inspected fences and equipment. Her frustration grew. She looked for reasons to complain. Jack was busy repairing a fence. He had no idea someone was already trespassing. The peaceful morning was about to change. Trouble had arrived. Buddy calmly approached the stranger. He wasn't aggressive. He simply stood watch. The ranch was his responsibility. The woman began yelling. Buddy didn't understand her words, but he understood her tone. Something wasn't right. Buddy tried avoiding conflict. He stepped backward. He remained calm. The dog wanted no trouble. Her anger kept growing. She started interfering with ranch property. She believed she was justified. Nobody had given her permission. Jack suddenly heard shouting. The sound echoed across the ranch. He stopped working immediately. Something felt wrong. Jack headed toward the noise. His concern grew with every step. Buddy was nowhere in sight. That worried him even more. Buddy remained near the area. He continued protecting the ranch. The woman refused to leave. The situation became tense. Jack finally arrived. He was shocked by what he saw. A stranger stood on his property, and she wasn't leaving. Jack calmly explained the situation. She was trespassing. The ranch was private property. She needed to leave immediately. Instead of leaving, she argued. She claimed authority she didn't have. Her voice grew louder. The conflict escalated. The woman refused to back down. She insisted she had every right to be there. Jack couldn't believe what he was hearing. The situation was becoming more serious. Buddy never left Jack's side. The loyal dog watched everything closely. His calm presence helped Jack stay focused. Together they stood their ground. A ranch worker noticed the commotion. He stopped what he was doing. From a distance, he could see people arguing. Something unusual was happening. More workers arrived to see what was going on. Everyone remained at a respectful distance. They quietly observed the confrontation. Witnesses were beginning to gather. The woman continued making accusations. She claimed the ranch violated various rules. The workers exchanged confused looks. None of her claims made much sense. Realizing the argument would not end, Jack pulled out his phone. He contacted local authorities. Everything needed to be documented properly. The dispatcher listened carefully. Jack explained exactly what had happened. He remained calm and respectful. Help was already on the way. Several deputies responded to the call. Their vehicles traveled down the long dirt road. The witnesses felt relieved. The situation would soon be resolved as everyone waited. The argument finally slowed down. The woman seemed less confident now. The arrival of authorities changed everything. Witnesses began sharing what they saw. Each story matched the others. The fact became increasingly clear. The deputies listened carefully. The deputies officially arrived. They separated everyone involved. Each person was given a chance to speak. The investigation began immediately. Statements were collected one by one. The deputies remained professional. Every detail was documented. Accuracy was important. Property records were reviewed. Boundary markers were inspected. The evidence confirmed ownership. The facts were undeniable. The trespassing complaint was officially recorded. The warning signs had been visible. The property lines were obvious. Everything supported Jack's account. Additional evidence was examined. Photos and witness accounts matched. The timeline became very clear. The truth was impossible to ignore. The woman slowly realized her position. The evidence was not on her side. Her confidence disappeared. The situation had completely changed. The confrontation finally ended. The woman was instructed to leave. She returned to her vehicle. The ranch grew quiet again. Life slowly returned to normal. The workers resumed their tasks. Buddy happily followed Jack. Peace had returned to the ranch. As the sun disappeared below the horizon, Jack reflected on the day's events. Good people had stood by the truth, and Buddy remained exactly where he belonged, by his side. If you enjoyed today's HOA story, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new story. Write down pointing backhand index, tell us in the comments. Where are you watching from today? Globe showing America's face with cowboy hat dog.